we, the people.
Hello and welcome to We Three People, the podcast for these people. I am your host for today, Javier. And today at my side, I have the lovely, wonderful, beautiful Ray.
What up?
And of course, we have, you know who on the side. I'm just kidding. The one, the marvelous, the one that keeps us in line.
There you go. Hey guys, it's Candace.
Today, we actually have a sponsor today, guys.
Oh, shit.
We have a official sponsor. This show is sponsored by Russia. You're the best country in the world. All hail Putin. But other than that, you guys probably...
Hail Putin.
You also probably noticed our new theme song. That's thanks to our friend Julio Guzman, who now has a Fiverr page. For $5, he can make you a custom theme song for your podcast, YouTube channel, or if you just want to have a cool-ass theme song to just wake up to every day, reach him out. The Fiverr link is found below on YouTube, or go to fiverr.com/JulioG25. Let me spell it out for you. Fiverr, spelled FIVERR.com/JulioG25, JULIOG as in good, 25.
You're going to enjoy it, especially because you love this beat. It's a sick trap beat, sick patriotic trap beat.
We were all shaking our ass right now.
I was Millie rocking hard as fuck to this.
Thanks, awesome. Julio. Shout out to you.
Awesome. So, guys, it's finally happening.
It's real.
It's going on. Ray, you made an interesting comment that I'd like you to make now, if you can, please.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking real. Russia owns America. They...
Wow.
Wow. That's not the comment I wanted to make.
What did I say? Oh, I was saying that...
It's a little far.
I mean, this week has been really ridiculous, especially with the Russia stuff, but it kind of validates all of our concerns, right? We've been saying all this shit about Trump and talking about him and analyzing everything that he's done, but it's officially official. I think this is the first step to impeachment. What do you guys say?
Man, you were saying that we've been just kind of sitting and making this podcast and we kind of just been bitching bitching, nothing. Yeah. But like now it's like, whoa, it's like something we really have to bitch about. That it's our God-given right as Americans. I'm going to say American this time. I hope you guys don't mind.
You're good.
To bitch about this because this is not right. Shit's going down.
It's not even regular bitching. Like, this is a threat to America. He has, if this all comes true, I mean, once the investigations continue, as long as Congress and the Senate do their fucking job and investigate like they should, they're going to find that he literally committed an act of treason.
Well, let's talk about that. Do you think Congress is going to investigate the way they should? The Democrats have already asked Jeff Sessions to recuse himself, which he has said that he will not do. Do you think that he will go forward? Do you think that he'll do it? I mean, do you think that they'll give it the fair investigation that it deserves?
I really, really hope so. I mean, I think it doesn't need to be an independent investigation because Jeff Sessions is too deeply tied to Donald Trump, I think, to
Absolutely.
do a fair investigation. And he's got a long history of being a dickhead in general. So let's recuse him. And even when Bill Clinton was investigated, they had an independent investigation for that.
Right.
I think they had the same thing for Hillary. They had an independent investigation for that as well.
Right.
So continue that trend. Find out the facts you need to. Connect him to those Trump aides who have been talking to Russia during the campaign and get his ass out of here.
I'm glad that the balance of power is really showing itself. Like, you know what's going on with the Muslim ban and you know the fact that it's going to the Ninth Circuit and it got turned down again. It's just like this is exactly why our government and our country is amazing. We have these checks and balances that keep everything in line. So this all started with our National Security Advisor Michael T. Flynn, who it was revealed that he had misled Vice President Mike Pence and other White House officials about his conversations with the Russian ambassador. So this guy was like making out with fucking Russians on a daily basis. Is that what's happening, Ray?
Basically, I think they said last year, 2015, he was filmed at a Russian banquet receiving, wasn't he getting an award or something? He was.
Yeah, I remember that shit popped up and we all laughed about it. Like everybody brought it up. Hey, this guy's fucking serious. But like why did it take now to get this shit realized?
They even mentioned it during the campaign. Hillary brought it up during the debate. She said, Trump is a puppet, to which he responded, "You're the puppet.
You're the puppet, yeah.
You're the puppet."
Yeah.
Got him.
And then, she went on to say that 17 individual intelligence agencies had confirmed that Russia had hacked into the DNC and were trying to influence the election. And now we're just seeing that, because before it was kind of like, I mean, it was like, yeah, Russia did this, but did Trump have anything to do with it? And now we're seeing that Trump definitely had something to do with it.
Right. And so this has led to General Flynn being resigning, being fired. I'm really still not sure how that's playing out. But the question still remains.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about
all right.
his departure and what that looked like. So I think it was Monday he had officially resigned. And then Sean Spicer, the Spice Man, Spice Town,
Spicy.
Senor Spicy, came out to his press conference, his White House briefing, and he said that General Flynn didn't resign. He was actually fired by the president. You're fired. He gave him that. And because he could no longer trust General Flynn. And then today, Donald Trump, speaking with Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel, said that it's very unfair what the media is doing to a good man like General Flynn.
It's very clear they don't have their shit together. It feels
they clearly
like,
don't.
It feels, have you ever started working for a company that kind of seemed like they got their shit together, but then you start realizing, hey, shit's not right. Something's going on here. Like, it's starting to realize how disorganized and how everybody's not on the same page. And frankly, it doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican like me. Like, this shit is just embarrassing to other countries.
Well, it's what I was talking about last week about Trump and his card tricks. I mean, he comes out and one thing happens, and then what does he go on the news and say? He says that the real crime is that there's leaks in, the intelligence agencies right now, and then that's what we should be focusing on is the leaks. And so he's once again misdirecting the public and misdirecting his supporters to believe that the bigger problem isn't the ties with Russia, but the media and the leaks.
Is it working though, Candace? Because I'm seeing a lot of people making fun of that tweet in particular.
I went on Fox News a lot today to just kind of see what they're saying, and I think that they're basically backing Trump. They're basically saying that if it weren't for the media, if it weren't for fake news, that we have villainized General Flynn, that we have made him something that he wasn't, and that because of the media, because of the liberal media, he's had to resign. That's pretty much what Fox News was saying today.
Yeah, and I was watching Fox News last night and quickly and frequently updating my foxnews.com website that I was on because I was waiting for them to speak out on this bombshell that happened. CNN had done it, MSNBC had done it, the New York Times is the one who broke the story, so they were already reporting on their website. It was front page news on all these websites. It was never on the front page of Fox News last night.
And Trump went as far as to say that this is all stemming from the Democrats' terrible loss from Hillary.
No, fuck out of here.
That's what he tweeted.
It's stemming from your White House, you dickhead. It's stemming from your people who hate you so much. They're like, hey, you work for the New York Times? You want to hear something cool? You want to hear some shit?
Wow, I hadn't thought about it like that. But
That's what they're doing. They don't like him. They see what he's doing and making America look like. They're like, hey, we got to get this guy out of here. And you guys are the real patriots. Keep leaking.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just, come on. You have to have some professionalism at one point of time. Say what you will about our former president, Barack Obama, but he had his shit together. He had his team together. You know what, guys? I honestly... I didn't believe that there was so much planning when it came to this. I thought that you just became president and, the whole system was already built for you. This made me realize how you have to build a system when you become president. Like,
yeah, where the fuck is he finding all these people? Where did he find Paul Manafort? Where did he find Rex Tillerson? Where did he find General Flynn? Like, how does he know these people?
Right.
I'll tell you how he knows them. Putin.
How about Stephen Miller? Where do you find him?
Oh, fuck that guy.
Oh my gosh.
Candace, let's hear your take on Stephen Miller.
Him up from
Sexy.
the bottom of the swamp. I absolutely
Sexy as hell.
hate Stephen Miller. And it's funny because I saw him on Sunday and I thought to myself, why am I having this reaction? I've never had this kind of reaction.
Visceral gut
Yes,
reaction.
it really was.
Not even to Trump, huh?
No, not even to Trump. But I have to say that he
'Cause he's
is in
sexy.
that league of men. And I don't know if you guys know this as men, but as women, we definitely know, and especially as women of color, there is this class of men, particularly white men, who have this sort of arrogance and ignorance, that combo of arrogance and ignorance. And they sort of look at you in this degrading, sort of sexual manner. And they are so dangerous. Men like that scare the shit out of me. I know men like that. I've faced men like that, and they are so scary to me. I think he's one of them. I think Bannon's one of them. I think Trump's one of them. I think that we have elected this whole cabinet of men, men running the country who are those kind of men.
Who are racist but will still have sex with a Hispanic.
Well, yeah, I mean.
Well, it's not something I think about often.
No, but I wasn't talking about dangerous as in they're going to rape me. I'm talking about
it'll
just
be
dangerous to the
consensual,
country. No, I'm talking about dangerous to the country.
Like he won't buy you breakfast the next morning. He'll just
my
leave.
gosh.
Is that what you mean?
Oh my gosh.
No, but Stephen Miller is, I mean, he's like a creepy little fucker, right? So I love the media and what they're doing and how they're doing their research. They're like, so he went on the news shows, right? He did the rounds.
Yeah, he just came out of nowhere
on Sunday. People were like, and then the media was like, who the fuck is this guy? So they did their research and they found out that this is a person who no one has ever liked in his entire life. They were like, nobody in high school liked him. He went to college. Nobody fucked with him in college. And then he got a job working for Jeff Sessions. And I guess Jeff Sessions, the racist he is, enjoyed him as well.
Right, but that's so many of the people that are working for Trump kind of fit that description. That's what I'm saying. These are dangerous men who have been unliked, men who've been marginalized in their own way. And those are the kind of men who are power hungry and who rise up and who make deals with fucking Russia. That's the point.
You know, I found a tweet from Cody Decker at Decker6. At Santa Monica High School, while running for class president, Stephen Miller was booed off stage by over 4,000 students. I was one of them.
Oh my God.
I was one of them.
gosh.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that tweet.
Please, to all my fellow Harry Potter nerds, this is like the rise of Voldemort. Do you all see it? I know you two don't, but
I don't know.
Yeah,
the
I
real
watched
fans
the
out there,
movies.
they're nodding with me
I
right
watched
now.
the movies, and
Where's
you know,
Mercy when I need her?
You know, she's not a Harry Potter fan either. That's irrelevant. But you know, I'm kind of mad at J.K. I'm kind of mad at J.K. Rowling.
She said your wife looks like a Harry Potter fan.
Yeah,
thought she
because she has
was.
glasses on.
Judge the shit out of your wife.
I saw the Hunger Games books. I just assumed.
We read
Hunger
the
Games,
books, but
Harry
we're not
Potter.
mega fans. Okay.
Oh, you read
So
all the
she
books.
knows the
I read
Voldemort
all the
reference.
books, but I'm not a fan.
I think everybody gets the reference, but
I didn't get the reference.
well because you're.
Go
You know,
ahead.
sometimes Javi likes to be nerdier than me, and sometimes he likes me to be nerdier than him. I
Well,
never
Harry
know.
Potter's not very. It's just I'm not gonna say anything because they have crazy fan base.
Well, to that fan base, you know.
They're
what I'm
worse than
talking
the
about.
Beehive.
You got me.
Dude, Beehive. What the hell? I know we're political, but what the hell? Why didn't Beyonce win?
She definitely should have won. Lemonade was a transformative album. However, Adele's album was very good. It was very, very good as well. So it wasn't like the big travesty that people are saying it was.
Yeah, not everything has to be about race all the time, I
Right.
don't think. And I thought that Adele was so gracious and beautiful and her dedication to Beyonce. So that was kind of cool.
What does she have to do to win the album of the year?
She's lost it 3 times in a row.
What does she have to do to win it? If it's not about race, Candelaria, what does she have to do? Tell me.
I don't know. I'm not like bored
Lemonade.
of the
Did you actually
Grammys.
watch Lemonade? Dude, I was like, it got me. I knew parts of me I didn't know before after watching it. I'm just saying, like, Beyonce, you should have won that.
So, but I think the bigger picture here is what else this means, because he was either fired or he resigned. We're not sure what happened, but we need to still ask the questions.
Talking about Flynn, right?
Yeah, about Flynn. What's the extent of his conversation with Russia? We still don't know what that looked like. Who else from the White House staff or anyone who was involved in the campaign also had conversations with Russia? We still don't know that. Obviously, Trump and his staff knew this prior to him even taking the presidency. Why did nothing happen to Flynn? Why did he still go forward? Why wasn't he...
Why was he still on the National Security Council
Why was he
2
still
weeks
in the
after Trump
running?
found out that he was talking to Russia about sanctions? He left him on the
Exactly.
National Security Council.
And how long did poor Mike Pence, and gosh, I never thought in a million years I'd ever say the sentence, poor
It
Mike
was so
Pence.
bad for him. I feel like
Right?
he's walking around the White House like, somebody talk to me, please.
Everyone lied to me. Like, poor Mike Pence is just being lied to.
He's
and
like, I'll
looking
tone
like
it
a
down on the hate
fool.
for the gays. I promise. I'll tone it down.
Poor Mike Pence.
Well, you said something that was actually something breaking news today, Candace. I know we're CNN now, breaking news and shit. But there was actually some recorded phone calls that were, I don't think they were leaked, but they were found that there were some actual Trump aides talking with Russian intelligence.
Yeah, I heard there was at least 4. There may be more that come out. Paul Manafort is the only confirmed person who had been talking to Russia during the campaign. And then he was eventually fired and replaced because the campaign was taking a fucking nosedive. So they got rid of him and replaced him with someone else. And but above all that, they've been talking to Russia the entire campaign. The question is going to be, in order to get Trump impeached, the question is going to be, did Trump know that they were talking to Russia?
Whoa. Why are you talking about impeachment?
Let's take the over-under on impeachment, because I'm saying, like, I got over-under on a year for the impeachment. I'm taking the under. What do you guys got? We're taking bets.
Oh, man.
I got $100 on the under.
I don't think he's going to get impeached. I think there's still, like, this, everybody's still supporting him. And
Yes.
not everybody, but obviously at least over half of the Senate and the congressmen and people, even people, like, I don't think he's going to get impeached, man.
Right.
A lot of flip, though. There was 2 senators from the House Oversight Committee, or one of those committees who do ethics or whatever. Do your Googles for your research, because I don't know the name of the committee.
Well, that's irrelevant now because our first episode was deleted, so they don't know what that means. Do your Googles.
Do
I know.
your Googles.
We say it for ourselves.
That means go Google shit.
There were 2 members of a committee who submitted information or submitted a request for the Department of Justice to investigate. And that was a bipartisan submission to the Department of Justice. So I think that it's starting to turn to where even the Republicans are like, hold up, what's going on?
Candace, have you ever seen this in your long life?
In my long life, no.
As our resident senior citizen.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't around for Nixon, guys, so I don't know. And I was pretty young with the whole Clinton impeachment thing. But I don't think it's having the turnaround, Dre, that you think it's having. Or I don't think it's having the impact on Republican senators quite as much as it should. So I agree that there is a slight turn. But I feel like if this was happening on our side, if this was Hillary, I feel like we would be up in arms. I mean, and I don't know, maybe we wouldn't, but I feel like we would. I feel like we would be demanding answers. We would say, what the hell is going on? And I feel like so many of these senators are kind of just sitting back and saying, well, let's just see what happens. I mean,
right.
even not demanding on their side that Jeff Sessions recuses himself, even that, like, what a pussy move, you know?
It's so annoying because even Paul Ryan said we're not going to hold an investigation until we get more facts. Motherfucker,
Right.
That's what an investigation is.
Exactly.
Like,
That's
finding
why
out the
you
facts.
investigate.
At least investigate him. Even if you're not going to impeach him, I just want you to investigate him. Exactly. Force him to release his tax returns. Find out if he does have any business dealings with Russia. Like, we need to know this as the American people. I implore you to do your motherfucking job.
Paul Ryan had so much fucking potential, man. That dude could. Oh, man. He's
Right.
going down with him,
He was
though.
young and handsome. He's got a sexy widow's peak.
I think
Okay.
the perfect. Okay.
Moving on.
Nobody agrees.
The perfect way to end this.
Don Lemon. No.
No. I still don't know who Don Lemon is.
Oh my God, my sister loves your Don Lemon jokes.
It's not even a joke.
Oh, Don Lemon.
Shout out to
the
Desiree.
perfect way to end this is what Senator Rand Paul said on Tuesday. It's not useful to be doing an investigation after investigation, particularly on your own party. So, guys, I guess perhaps the country will have to wait while the GOP decides which matters more, the party or the truth, right?
Well, this is just what we were talking about last week. They're choosing party over nation, and it's you guys are like, oh, now it's real, but it's been real. I've been warning everyone about this coming, and it's serious
I feel
now.
like
But
Clinton warned us too, though.
she absolutely did, and everyone's saying, oh, well, why didn't we know about this? But everyone did. Nobody cared, and my concern
Even
is
Obama
everyone's
knew.
going to go back to not caring.
Even Obama knew. Now I'm kind of mad at Barack. Why? Yeah, I know. Our savior, Barack Obama. I'm kind of mad at him because he knew that they were interfering as well, and he did nothing. He just let the election happen.
He was like, I'm out. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
He's like, you motherfuckers really want to elect him?
Right?
That's on you. I'm
Fuck
going to the
with the
Bahamas
last
and hang
8
out
years
with
of my
Richard
life.
Branson. I already got the ticket booked. Like,
Dre's like so bitter about the Branson thing. I don't even know why.
Because Richard Branson, he has his own island, and Mariah Carey stays there. And it looks super dope, and I've always wanted to go there.
You're
and
so
fucking
jelly.
Barack got to go.
Meanwhile, there's a Russian spy ship watching him while he's fucking at the island. Which, by the way, there's actually a really fucking real Russian spy ship. Where, Ray?
It's off the coast of Connecticut. It started in Delaware,
Yes, sir.
and it is currently 30 miles off the coast of Connecticut. And the media is barely covering it because there's a massive scandal over the Trump administration. There's a legit Russian spy ship off the coast of America. Russia also tested cruise missiles yesterday, nuclear warheads They weren't, of course, loaded with nukes, but they tested cruise missiles, which they're not supposed to do, and violated several international laws.
And what have been the repercussions of that?
Literally nothing. They're not even reporting the issue because he's got so much bullshit going on in his administration.
It's a card trick.
It is wild out
He's
here.
just dumb. He's not a card trick. Stop saying that. It's just dumb. He's just dumb. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's fucking stupid, and it happens to be happening at the same time with this other shit.
No,
I think we say it's a card trick
naive.
because we're like, he can't be that dumb. Right? Like,
yeah.
It can't be that stupid.
Exactly.
He must be playing us for a
And
fool.
I'm not saying that Trump is the, puppet master behind it all, but somebody on his team is, and everyone's falling for it.
Putin,
and by the way, guys, something he is doing geniusly, if that's a word. Is that a word? I just made it up. I'm going with it.
go with it.
Him or whoever's controlling the little strings, they're only taking questions from the conservative media now and his pressers.
He's becoming more and more selective of who he speaks to, and he's becoming more and more discreditive. He's discredit. That's not a word.
We're making a kind of word today.
We're so frustrated and angry with the state of the country, but he's discrediting the media more and more. The ones that say anything negative about him.
Right. I think it's starting to have an opposite effect, though. I think that's kind of come full circle, where now people are just. Now the White House has been discredited, and now anything that comes from the White House has to be questioned. The media outlets are questioning, even in Fox News in a lot of ways, are questioning the things that are coming from the White House. I don't know that we've ever seen that in any presidency in my lifetime anyway.
And they do it to themselves. They legitimately counter themselves or contradict themselves in the same fucking day.
Absolutely.
Kellyanne Conway will say something at 11.
She's not popping up anymore, Jay. Hear that?
Sean Spicer will say something at 1
sad.
p.m. And then Donald Trump will say something at 6 p.m. And they all are three completely different viewpoints on one topic.
Right.
What is this is the most chaotic shit. This is so ridiculous. I'm stressed out about it, guys. I'm stressed. It's not good for my health.
And apparently you're not the only one. I mean, they've come out with statistics saying that, or surveys saying that Americans are really stressed out. They're really scared to be living, in this day and age. Why the fuck did they vote for him in the first place?
Why did they we try to tell you. We tried to warn you.
We told you, mofos.
But they're like, but he speaks to me. He wants the best for the American people. He wants the best for the worker. Meanwhile, he's fucked over workers. He's never paid his contractors when he's building a building. He's been historically an asshole, and you're shocked when he's an asshole today.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he talked about draining the swamps, and he literally pulled everyone in his cabinet and on his staff directly from the swamp. I mean, even Stephen Miller looks like you pulled him out of a swamp. I mean, it's just he's like the most disgusting. I just don't understand it. Kellyanne Conway, did you guys see what she tweeted today?
And what's she saying?
She tweeted, "I serve at the pleasure of POTUS. His message is my message. His goals are my goals." I mean, how freaking creepy is that? Who talks that way? Who says
Was that a tweet?
That's what she tweeted.
That?
Yes, it's so freaking creepy. I don't. What?
I wonder what she was doing was she taking a shit when she tweeted that? I think she was just done.
Can you imagine?
Or something.
I would have never said that. I serve at the pleasure of Obama. His
Pleasure,
message is my message. What the fuck?
She might have multiple roles in the White House. Let's keep it real. Let's
Nah,
remember.
you've seen Melania.
Let's remember
he
that
doesn't care about
let's
Kellyanne.
remember that Melania lives in New York City and Trump lives in D.C.
Yeah.
So they are not together most
She
of the
probably
time.
doesn't let him. Right. Anyway.
Let's talk about that.
I digress.
No, Donald, stay away from me. No, Donald.
Let me call out the fucking. All right, guys, I'll face I'm not Republican anymore. Let me call out these fucking.
Yeah, what happened?
What happened?
The 12 minutes is up.
People really enjoyed your Republicanness last week.
They did.
I was trying to be optimistic and trying to find the positive and trying to really be an American at heart and really just you know what, I'm behind this leader, but he's just not. This isn't about party anymore. This is just about he's embarrassing our country, and I don't like it. I don't care if he's red or blue. If Obama was fucking shit up like this too, I would be against it too.
You know what? That is so perfectly said. Don't you really feel like if this was Obama, we'd be like, what the fuck? We would pull our support. Absolutely. Yeah. I love that you said that, Javi, because I feel exactly the same way. I don't think it's about party lines anymore. I don't think it's about us being liberals and them being conservatives. There's nothing wrong with being a conservative. There's nothing wrong with the Republican Party or their views. There's
It's
something
good that
wrong.
they exist, right?
Absolutely, there has to be. I mean, it's part of that checks and balances system. But what's happening now is they're not standing up to what is clearly a tyrant who's running our country.
Yeah, like I was saying, we were talking about Melania. Can we just talk about how everybody, or at least a lot of the red people I spoke with, fucking hated
Yes,
Michelle
Michelle.
Obama.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
despise her. Oh, I can't stand that woman.
Absolutely.
Oh, and then fucking the conservative outlets would put like pictures of her like being mad or aggressive and call her words like monkeys. And it was just horrible. It was absolutely disgusting. And now we have Melania, who it clearly is not in a real marriage. It is fake as shit. I don't know how anybody cannot see that. It is so fake. But it's not a real marriage. Like, I don't know how anybody could see that. Like, you can even see the mannerisms and the way she treated him in the fucking
The way he treats
inauguration.
her.
He treats her. Apologize. You're right. Now she treats him. And according to, let me check. Sorry, fuck guys.
The way Barron treats her, it's not even a real child. Is that too far?
We're not. Yeah, we're not.
We'll talk
gonna
about
go
the
there.
kids?
We're not gonna go there.
Why would you?
They talked about Barack's kids.
But we're.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
What did
You're right.
What did Michelle say?
When they go low, we go high.
Thank you, sir.
Sometimes I don't feel like going high. Sometimes I feel
know,
like
we
getting
got
high and
to,
talking
we
some
got
shit about
to.
Barron.
But I think it kind of goes back, Javi, while you're looking that up, to what I was talking about. There's a certain kind of man, and I think men like that prefer their women to be beautiful and sexy and to be seen and not heard. And the reason that people hated Michelle Obama was because Michelle Obama was absolutely going to be heard. She had a voice. She was strong. She was intelligent. She was powerful. And men like that are intimidated by women like that.
Who else did that happen to? I believe it happened to Hillary Clinton as well.
Absolutely.
They
I mean,
hated
come on,
Hillary?
Hillary Clinton's not the kind of badass like Michelle Obama is, to be honest. Michelle comes, I think, no, Hillary has a squirminess about her that is,
She's less likable, but she's definitely a badass.
no, she is a badass, but I'm not the biggest Hillary supporter, so I will disclose that up front. But there's something
She's
about
listening
her.
to Alex Jones, guys.
There's something
First heard
about
here.
her that
Oh
there
my
is a
gosh.
lack of. Everything about Michelle Obama is conviction. Everything that comes out of her mouth, you know that she believes 100%. I don't believe everything that comes out of Hillary Clinton's mouth.
Sure.
But I do with Michelle Obama. And so when men of that nature are faced with that kind of honesty and power and truth, they cower to it like little bitches.
Yeah, well, I looked up the source and wasn't that valid. I wanted to believe it, but
All right, let's move on.
Yeah,
Good. Don't perpetuate fake news. I
don't.
appreciate it.
I'm not gonna. I don't know. She. I just, to me, it seems like it's a fake marriage, and I'm sure they're married in real life. But
Yeah,
it's just-
Legally, right?
We don't
Yeah,
know.
sure they
we
are.
don't know.
It's horrible. Oh man, but people look past that, I guess, because they don't give a shit about that.
Right. She's like, he bought me, so I'm here.
Oh, and people are
Is
like,
that your Millennial
finally.
accent?
Yeah, that
He bought me, so I am here.
was like sort of like a French, like, I don't know, angry French
Where is she
man.
from? Slovakia? I am from Slovenia. He bought me with money. Now I am here. Is that good?
I don't love it. I'm gonna be honest.
It's worse than my Trump.
Just as bad as your Trump act. Your
worse
Trump
than
thing.
Trump.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, I can't even think straight after that.
No, so we don't know what
Get out
actually
of my
happens in their
titties.
marriage.
That's what she did.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
So we don't know what really happened in their marriage, but I
Hush,
do know.
I am talking.
Oh my god. It's gonna get just worse.
I'm gonna burp again. I'm just kidding.
Throat punch.
Hold on.
This world, man. This world has been. It legitimately has not even been 30 days yet, and this has been the most chaotic time in American history. Well, let me not say
Wow.
that. It's been one of the most chaotic times in American history. I think we're going to remember this, and our children, your children, because I don't have any, your children are going to remember this for the rest of their lives. This is a historic moment in American history. Like, this will go down forever.
You know what, guys? Did you guys watch John Oliver's thing this week?
Yeah, he's back.
I haven't.
He's back and he's in full force. And he's not even taking sides. He's just showing the actual facts. And I think he had some really good things to say. If you guys have not listened or watched that, please go take a look at it. It's like 20 minutes long. But it really just describes just Trump and the truth. Like, this guy is getting his facts and his sources from fucking where? from Breitbart News, from Fox News, and it's just very clearly he's just not educating himself the proper way a president should. I don't think Obama just listened to his liberal sources and didn't even bother watching the Fox News and shit like that, right?
Well, Obama hired a very intelligent and capable cabinet.
Very true. I could see if, and that's really important, Kansas, because I could see if he got his news as a citizen. That makes sense. As a citizen, you get your news from the news, right? The media. He is now the elected president of the United States. He has the best sources for news in the world, and he does not listen to them.
Right.
He'd rather get his news from Joe Scarborough. That is a problem.
Well, even in the way that he conducts business, this weekend he was at Mar-a-Lago and he was reviewing, secure documents just in the dining room, just casual as fuck, people taking selfies, like, what is happening?
I even forgot about that. North Korea legitimately launched a missile into the middle of the ocean near Japan. We totally forgot about that because of all this controversy.
Card tricks. Just to fuck with them, though, right? Like, just to be like, here, we can do it. And what are you going to do? I mean,
Russia had a nuclear test. North Korea had a nuclear test all this week, and we're talking about the campaign talking to Russia. This is ridiculous.
Did this stuff happen when Obama was president and I wasn't aware of it, or is this some new shit?
Oh my gosh, manage your shit, man. Just like be a better. You own a multi-million dollar business. Manage your shit a little bit better, homie.
Well, I would assume that because he ran his businesses, I mean, not successfully, he had some bankruptcies, but he still has a lot of money. You would think he hired the right people to handle his business, right?
Well, and I think a lot of people voted for him assuming that he would. I mean, I heard a lot of Trump supporters say, well, I don't really like him and I don't really believe in him, but I believe that he will put the correct people in place who can and who will advise him. And that blew up in their faces.
Yeah, he's placed a bunch of dummies around him, from the Secretary of Education to this new guy who just resigned, the nominee for Department of Labor, Andrew Husderner. He legitimately today, I think, a couple hours ago, he resigned.
He
withdrew his nomination as the Department of Labor Secretary amidst massive controversy from I think there was a Oprah interview was involved from the 90s with his ex-wife and how she alleged that he beat her up. There's a bunch of controversy how he wants machines to replace people because they make better cheeseburgers than humans. So he's got all that controversy. He had to withdraw. Like, the crazy part is, why was he even nominated to be the Department of Labor Secretary? A simple Google search would have told you this information, and you would have been like, maybe he's not the best choice.
Now, did you see what Fox News reported about this?
Oh, tell me more.
Fox News reported number of withdrawn cabinet level selections during the Trump administration, 1, during the Obama administration, 3, during GW's administration, 2, during Clinton, 5, during Reagan, 1. That was Fox News' take on this.
The crazier part about it is Trump right now has a Republican majority in the House and the Senate. So the fact that he had to withdraw, even though there's a majority Republican
that's an
House
awesome,
and Senate,
that
is
so
crazy.
Awesome.
There were 3 that withdrew under Barack Obama. He had 6 years of his party being in the minority. So of course they weren't going to get passed.
Yes.
People are so goddamn dumb.
I love it.
I have some hope that people are actually realizing how fucked up this is. I just really do, and I don't know. I like to think that people are smarter than we're giving them credit for. I think people were giving Trump a chance, and I think people are starting to realize past their party and really, I think Democrats need to step up with their strong leader now, who's not so pansy-wansy liberal, and fucking show their true strength right now. And I think we're going to definitely have a blue everything in a few years from now.
All blue everything.
Well, and I hope that comes with reform, because I think the bottom line is that we just need reform on both sides and both parties. And I don't know that this is going to be I think we were hoping before that with Trump, people were going to start feeling more accountable and they were going to start feeling like there was going to be this change in politics where people were going to be expecting more from their representatives. But I think now it's just we're just trying to fix whatever Trump is messing up, that there's not going to be time to sort of reform and fix and get better, because we're just trying to clean up whatever mess he's making. And I think that's going to be the next 4 years.
I really hope that doesn't happen. I really hope that this, kind of wakes up the right, as well as it's already woken up the left, as we saw in those town halls. So I really
hose.
Sorry, I was burping while I was talking. I don't want to burp and get cussed out by Candace.
Throat punch.
Throat punch by Candace. So I think that there's definitely a larger interest in what's going on. I think that's going to shift and hopefully be consistent and sustained, for several years to come. Not just surrounding Trump, but just in America in general.
Oh, wait. I want to talk about a personal subject that I think we all have. We had an interesting conversation. We were kind of getting heated too. Me and my boy Ray were about to throw it down in the text messaging. About a week ago, I think a few days, either the day after we released our 4th episode, there was somebody in Arizona. Was it here?
It was in Arizona.
There was a woman who had been busted in one of our old sheriff's raids where she was working under false papers. And she got arrested. She was detained by ICE, but they allowed her to stay as long as she did, checkups once in a while. I don't know if it was monthly, yearly.
I believe she had to go once a year.
Once a year. So she followed her role. She stuck to her guns. She kept going every year to check in with ICE. And this check-in turned out pretty bad. She ended up getting deported now. This is a mother of how many United States citizens? I think 2 or 3.
2.
And
2 American-born children.
2 American-born children. I think her husband is not legal, correct? And she got deported. She's officially deported now. She's out of the country. So I really want to talk about this. And I think Ray was asking us what our opinions are, and I think the opinions are going to interest you guys.
I asked the question because I saw the article and I was really torn because I was like, this is an awful situation where this mother was ripped away from her family. Like, children had to live without their mother. And this is a woman who's been in America for 20 plus years. She came here when she was 14. She raised two really well-spoken, educated children. And because she broke the law one time, she was sent to Mexico.
Well, not one time. She came here illegally. That's time 1. Then
I don't look at coming here
social
illegally.
Security card.
I honestly don't look at coming here illegally as a crime.
What?
Agree to disagree.
I don't think that's like a legitimate crime.
But it is.
It's a victimless crime.
It doesn't matter.
It's a victimless
It's against
crime.
the law.
It's like if I smoke weed, nobody's hurt by that but me, so it's a victimless crime.
Yeah, Candace, now that I'm thinking about it.
Because you brought up weed?
No. Nothing to do about weed. It's it's right. Like, I have to acknowledge that my father and my mother brought me here illegally. I have to acknowledge that they broke the law to come here. But I think when it comes to like what you're going to enforce, at those times the borders were so loose, there was like a little chain link fence that anybody could cross it. I think these people were in turmoil, and I think if they would have stayed in their country, they wouldn't have the same life and the same opportunities here.
Exactly.
So coming here at that time wasn't as frowned upon as it is now.
Yeah, I still don't look at it as like as a real true crime. They're coming here a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, as refugees from the country that they're currently in. They're in dire situations. They travel a lot of them hundreds of miles to get to this country just to have somewhat a better life for them and their children. That is not a crime to me. We should make it a lot easier for folks to come here, especially if they're coming from really difficult situations, because they have the opportunity to provide a better life for their children, be contributing members to our society, and that is not an issue.
So, Candace, anybody who came here illegally should just automatically get deported under that one law being broken?
Well, no, first of all, I completely have empathy for the situation. And Javi, if you will recall during this text back and forth,
the people don't know. Tell us what you said.
This.
Well, yeah, because
I like you're turning on me now.
Call them out before you go and do that. We're talking about specifically the being like coming here illegally. That's
coming
the part.
here illegally is illegal, guys. That's just what it is. I mean,
it is a crime.
What is the consequence of that, then?
I mean, I don't know. I think that this woman who used someone else's social security card, which is obviously against the law.
That's a crime.
She committed a crime.
Yeah. So let me spit some immigration facts to you guys. anybody can cross the fence illegally here. And as long as they marry a United States citizen, they can get their residency in about a year, 2 years if they get their waiver approved. That's how broken the system is. I completely, my heart bleeds for this woman. I feel so bad for her. I see myself. I see my mother. I see my father in it. I have absolutely.
But your text to Dre was that
I
she
have
was
absolutely
deported.
no compassion for people who break the law, regardless of what their immigration.
That's exactly
status
what I'm
is.
saying.
But here's the thing: I don't see it as coming over the border as the big issue. Is she broke the law by using somebody else's identity? So this is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Those people in that situation don't know really what's going on. They're giving fake papers. They're giving a fake number. And they're saying, here, it's a made up number. Go work. She should have done more research, and she should have realized that she was using somebody else's identity. And I don't think she.
I'm sure she realized that.
And if she did, then honestly, shame on her. I think immigrants, regardless if you came here illegally or legally, set to a higher standard. It means you cannot break the laws, the same laws. Like if, let's for example, me and my boy Ray here. If he's out smoking, I don't know, whatever he wants to smoke, and he's on the corner,
It's just weed.
if somebody catches
Don't
him,
put that out there.
if they catch him, he might, he might
It's
get
legal
his,
here medically, folks.
Well, I don't know, because
Just so
you're
you know.
black. I don't know. I was gonna say you might
That's
get your hand
racist.
wrist.
I've never smoked crack.
No,
Yeah.
guys, we're taking this crack. No.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that as someone who's an immigrant like myself, we do not have the same luxury. We don't have the arrogance as that U.S. citizenship should have, because we should be held to a higher standard, and she should have not done that. I don't care. There's other ways to legally work in this country without a social security. She should have done everything in her power to actually find the right way to make money for her children. And I find if I talk this and I say this and I feel like I'm kind of being a hypocrite, because I was very fortunate to have DACA, and I wouldn't know what to do right now if I didn't have DACA. But if we get to the point where you have to break a law to make a living and work here, you should just go back to your country.
But if you come here as a child, as she did, where do you go back to?
She didn't come as a child.
She came here at 14.
She came here at 14.
She came here at 14 years old. She came here as a child. So where do you go back to? To a country you don't really know? If your family is here in America, where do you go back to?
That changes it. So the fact that she's been here since 14 means she's had some education here. So why did she use someone else's papers? Why didn't she do it like here? I know people say you should do it the right way, but she's had a lot of time to. How old
So
are her
you were
kids?
lucky. You were lucky, however,
How
because
old are
you
her kids?
not lucky,
They're
but
older. They're not babies.
They're 14 or 15 or something like that. But you yourself, you were here. You found out that you weren't here as a citizen, and you were able to work playing the guitar, right? Travel and make some money doing that.
Playing gigs and shit like that.
What else did you do to make money?
I worked construction. I got an I-10, and I worked for a nonprofit organization teaching children how to play chess. That's how I was able to make a living. But if DACA hadn't happened, Ray, my wife and I were already married, and we had contingency plan to get my papers within a year or two. My problem is I decided to get lazy and stuck with DACA, and we stopped that process. So I would have done anything. I don't know what I would have done I probably wouldn't have been a real estate agent like I am right now. But I had the opportunity growing up when I was like already graduated from high school, 16, 17, where people in my family came to me and said, here is a fake Social Security. Go and work. We need you to provide for this family. We need you to help out. And I said, no, I am not going to do that. I'm going to go walk around and I'm going to ask for cash paying jobs. I am not going to abuse someone else's identity and break the law. They went to go use it and they didn't get caught, as many people don't get caught. But they should. I think anybody who's illegal or legal that use someone else's papers should be deported, regardless if you're a citizen. That's the worst thing you can absolutely do, regardless of your situation, right?
See, and that's why I'm torn, right? That's why I pose a question to you guys, because I was so because when you're in a dire situation like that, like maybe you are pregnant or maybe you have children, you have to provide for your family, and you are not legally able to get a traditional job, and you may not have the skills like being able to play the Spanish guitar or teach people how to play or teach people how to play chess. Like maybe you don't have those skills. So what do you do in that situation?
But I think a lot of people.
Somebody shows up to you and you have these children that you need to feed, and someone shows up and is like, "Hey, I got this social. You can go get a job. You can make money to feed your family and keep a roof over your head." What do you do in a desperate situation like that? What do you do? So I agree that it's totally breaking the law, and that's why I was torn, because I mean, what happened to that person whose social was missing or being used? But I say in desperate situations, you do things that, you know, may bend your morality.
But I mean, couldn't you apply that to anything?
Yeah, I mean,
That doesn't make
whether
it right.
even if
That
you're a
doesn't make it
citizen, you might break the
okay.
law just
That's exactly it. You could apply that to anything. And I think that, so the interesting thing, you guys can't see us, but Dre, obviously African-American, Javi and I, Hispanic. And it was funny because he was the one that was actually really fighting for this lady. And, you know, Javi and I were like, no, but she broke the law. And so, you know, she kind of deserves the punishments that go with that. And I don't mean to say that in a way that's not empathetic. Today, actually, the city of Phoenix held council meetings to determine whether or not Phoenix was going to become a sanctuary city. I absolutely believe that we should, and that that's a smart and positive direction for the city of Phoenix to go in. So it's not that I'm, you know, anti-immigrant or, you know, I don't believe in these people's struggles or I don't understand it. I just think that there's a right and a wrong way to do it. Javi had that entire experience. He chose to not break the law. I think it's a choice just like anything. And I think that we're all responsible for our choices. If you make a bad choice or if you make a wrong choice, if you do something that's against the law, then whatever repercussions follow, you have to deal with.
I think you really got to look at the situation. I think it needs to go by, this is me personally, if I was a politician, I think it needs to go case by case situation. If you're doing something in an effort to provide for your family, or you're in a situation where, you know, in a tough situation where you need to provide for your family, then, I mean, maybe that's something we look at. But Cass won't turn off her phone. But if you are, if you're just out here, you know, selling drugs or, you know, carrying guns or whatever, breaking potentially violent crimes or something like that, something that could harm other people and Americans, that is an issue. That's something where you definitely need to get sent back, and those people do get sent back. But if you're really just trying to be here and provide for your family and trying to have the American dream, I find it really hard to condemn her for that.
We don't have the same luxuries as you citizens do.
Right, exactly. You don't, and that's why I had that sympathy or empathy. What's the right word?
So, yeah, I think at the end of the day, the problem at its heart right now is there's no solution for people like this who are here. They have United States citizens as children, and there's no clear-cut choice. So I know we're already a little over time, but this is I kind of have a solution, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. Okay.
Are you gonna yell at my solution?
No, your solution is not. Anyways, so I honestly, my solution starts with the belief that not all Americans are born in the United States. There are some true passionate patriots that love America and want nothing to improve its security and improve its in general, that aren't born in this country. Whether it's with your media, whatever the case may be, or maybe they were brought here when they were 6 months like me. There is that belief, and as long as if you believe that, then you can still listen. If you don't believe that, then there's no point. You're going to disagree with anything I say, because you probably don't want any immigrants here. Anyways, for those people who truly want to be here and improve its country and, you know, have a place to raise their children, you need to provide. As JFK said, that's not what your country can do for you. That's what you can do for your country. Or I don't know if I paraphrased that. I don't know.
That was good.
Yeah.
So if you are an immigrant in this country and you want a clear solution to citizenship, here's what I propose. I don't think it's a good idea to have a really big fine, because that's going to force them to work illegally, and that's going to cause an issue, right? If we say, hey, you need to make it 10 grand to start your citizenship process, where are they going to get 10 grand from? They're going to go back to the country to work, or they're going to have a fake social and start working, right? I think what we need to do is we need to have a program for anybody who wants to start the process for residency. They need to get a work permit, a temporary work permit, and under that work permit have a double tax clause. So instead of paying 15 or 20% on your taxes, you're forced to pay 30 or 40% of your taxes. So you're not going to be making as much money as a citizen, but you're giving money to the country that you love and you're here for. And this is going to force people that are under this clause, you're going to fucking get your shit together and get your residency process started ASAP. Can you imagine for me when I got my DACA, if I had to work DACA and instead of paying 20% tax, I had to pay 30 or 35, I would have been like, fuck this, Mercy, let's go start our residency process now instead of delaying like I did.
Or you're just going to keep working and getting paid in the table.
for those people who with
No,
this program.
I don't think so. I think because people who come here legal, they want to be legal residents. They want to be citizens.
Candace, when I was growing up and even out of high school,
Yeah, but to avoid paying 40% of their check, I mean,
I think they'll do whatever it takes. If they have the
Candace.
opportunity to live in America, put their children in good school, good schools.
compared to Mexico, yeah, it's good schools.
Be safe in this country. I think they would do whatever it takes to be here. I don't know if I agree with the tax
40%,
but
maybe 30. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I
if that was the case, I think they'd pay it just because they want to be here.
I believe there needs to be some sort of pathway to citizenship. I don't know what that looks like. But.
If we have to, it's like we have to give and take. Yes, we can't just give everybody amnesty. If you're under this program, if there's people still not working under it or getting paid under the cash or still living as immigrants in the shadows, then ICE needs to go out there and find them and deport them. Yeah, because if you're not willing to do this program, then you're here for yourself, not for your country.
Yeah, and it's not just. I mean, we always go back to like Mexicans, but immigrants. They're not just Mexican people. They're people from really everywhere. So I think that having something that's smart and having something that's feasible, I think that would benefit everyone.
So what was your solution, Ray?
I didn't say
Let them all in.
I said make it a much easier pathway to citizenship. Everyone who comes here would have to get some type of work permit or visa, or be a student here in America, not elementary student, but a student visa, right? So you're taking higher education to be here in America. But just make it easier to give it to those people. Just give it to them. What's the problem? There's plenty of space. We're not running out of space here. Send those motherfuckers to Montana if you have to. There's so much space in Montana that's unused and untapped.
They just love brown people in Montana.
And it's gorgeous. So if that's what I just feel like if you just made it easier way, because a lot of these people are coming from countries that are very, very poor and are very, very dangerous places. So if we have the ability to provide a better life for human beings, then we should do that.
Ray.
I'm gonna break the golden rule of the internet and actually read what his plan was.
We'll put a sign up. God damn.
I'm gonna break the golden rule and actually read what his plan was because he's copping out right now.
That's what I was saying. I said give them a visa, a work visa, or a student permit visa. They all have to be vetted anyway.
He was like,
that's
open
what I
it up.
Quote.
You said open it up.
Quote.
I said open it up.
Yeah, let everyone. Let me do it in my Ray voice. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, let everyone in. Fuck it. Vet them and let them in. We've got space and resources to accommodate these people. It'd be great for real estate. That's what you said, Ray.
I said more than that. You're paraphrasing.
I read your entire thing.
No, read all of them. Don't soundbite me, okay? And you know that your text messages can be construed. You're fake news right now.
I said, nope. That's what I believe, Ray said. And then Candace said, we don't have the resources, though. And then Ray said, we definitely have the resources. Okay. And then
I was going to explain this. I was holding out for... Don't you
okay, no, then he said, yeah, you can't come here without a work or education visa anyway. With more people for the economy is good for the economy. Give them a path to citizenship. They're already here. Put them in a system. Make it legit.
Thank you.
And then, I don't know. Alrighty, so for today's We Three People, submit your vote. Does Javier's plan for immigration work better or Ray's plan for immigration work? Please leave a comment, leave us a message or whatever. Send us whatever. Where are we on now?
At We Three People on Facebook, at We Three People on Twitter. Hit us up. Also, when you're giving your opinion for that, also take the over, the under on Trump's impeachment. Are we taking the over on 1 year or the under on 1 year?
Alrighty, guys, we are set.
I got $100 on the under.
You need to stop making bets.
It won't happen.
I'm also not good at betting. I lost on the NBA Finals. I lost at the Super Bowl. I lost on the national championship.
Aren't you from Vegas?
I'm not good at betting. The odds are not good.
Alrighty, well, guys, thank you guys for listening once again. Like Ray said, we are at Facebook, on Twitter, at We Three People. If you guys have some love for us, you want to be a guest on the pod, we are accepting applications. Our Gmail is we3peoplepodcast@gmail.com. Send us what you want.
We got a Gmail?
If you are a podcast, if you actually doing your own podcast, you want to hook up or meet up, let us know where we get it out. We get them papers.
I'll be at the Marriott downtown.
Oh my god, the men's restroom.
Room 212. Tap your foot twice. Slide your hand on the left side of the door. That's how I know it's you.
Hey man, anything for that green card. Anything for that green card. All right, guys, that's it.
Peace.
We, the people.